everyone. Welcome back to Offin River Forum. And again, my name is Bernard Ishbontin in Atlanta, Georgia. Like I start in all my presentation, if you haven't subscribed, this is the time I kindly ask you to subscribe, share with friends and family, acquaintances, associate, anybody, and just let them know how insightful and profound and informative this forum is. So we talk about geopolitical issues. Unscripted is an unscripted issue. We don't write anything down. We just talk straight from the mind. It's an authentic forum, and we don't pretend. We don't, act like we want to be all that. We just talk. If that you may not like this one, there may be another, other videos. I have, about so many of them. You can look at, you can pick and choose one you like and, subscribe. You look at the red button on the upper hand corner, on your screen, on your cell phone or your computer, laptop, desktop, wherever you're using, and just click that red button, subscribe and like it, and hit the notification bell. So, anytime I upload any video, know that at least you find one or two videos you like, because I talk about a range of issues, geopolitical issues unfolding around the world, economic, social, cultural relationship, human psychology, philosophy. We talk about everything. That's what I want to devote this particular. It's not one forum. It's not a forum where I just devote or just focus on one particular set of topic. I talk about a range of issues. So if I don't talk about issue you like today, know that the next time I upload, it may be something you want. And I know I won't disappoint you. So that is what it is. So once again, this is Offin River Forum, and my name is Bernard Ishibonte. So today's discussion will be simply about ego. E-J-O. E-J-O, the three-letter word ego. Yes, we all have egos. All of you, including me, speaking to you now, we all have ego. I have it, you have it, everybody has it. See, but the difference is, I know you will sit there and say, no, I don't have ego. What is he talking about? Yes, you do have it. I have it. Every human being has it, because you know what? Ego forms an intrinsic, essential part. It's an essential part of human condition. It's part of human nature. It's something it's ingrained, it's inherent in human beings. We all do. As long as you're a human being, you have ego. But the difference is there's a lot of people, some people who have been able to tame. They know, in other words, they know how to suppress that ego. And that is what it is. That is what makes people say this person is selfless or whatever. It's not like they don't have ego. They are not selfish. They are not narcissists. It's because they do have ego, but they're able to control that narcissistic behavior or impulses within them. The selfishness, the self-absorbed, tendencies within them. But then we all do have it. So then the question becomes, what is ego? You probably will ask me, what is ego? Simply, for the purpose of this particular video, let me just define or explain ego simply as an individual, you and me, our sense of what? Self-worth, self-importance, self-esteem. That sense, that part of the mindset, that helps us determine our self-esteem, our self-worth, our self-confidence. That is what ego is about. So ego, drives those self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth. It also helps you and me. It helps us. Ego helps us to connect or interact with each other, and in the process establish our identity, our uniqueness, who we are, who you are as a human being, as part of the human condition. That is what ego is about. That is what ego. So if you look at this short explanation, I'm not saying that is an exhaustive, That is the one size fit all definition of ego. But if you look at what I've explained here, it's obvious that you have it and I have it. Everybody has it. It's just that there's some people who have learned how to control or how to suppress that egoistic impulses or tendencies within them, right? So we all have ego. So if you look at human life, we as human beings, human community, human race, if you look at since time immemorial, before history, it's recorded. The wars we have, First World War, Second World War, a war in Iraq, war in Afghanistan, civil war in Liberia, civil war in Nigeria, civil war in Sierra Leone, civil war everywhere, apartheid South Africa, all those, racism in America, or tribalism, all are driven by egos. See, ego, because ego make one person or a group of people feel like somehow they are superior, they are better than other people, or even within family. If you have that tendency, you have an overbloated ego, it makes you feel you see somebody that doesn't look like you or that doesn't share your worldview or your philosophy, or the person can share your worldview, all right, but still you might think you're better than that person. Because you hear a lot of people, especially our ladies. I'm not trying to be, male chauvinistic over here, but the point I'm making, you hear a lot of sisters all the time, ladies, especially all over, they talk about how special they are. I'm special. When you hear a woman or a person describing themselves as they are special, that tells you a lot, about their, you call that self-confidence, but overbloated self-confidence is not real self-confidence, it's an ego. That is what it is. That's what it makes you feel like somehow you are better, you're superior. One time, not long ago, I was watching one of these comedies in my, in my native country, Ghana, where I was born in Africa, and they have some short comedies. A friend of mine sent it to me, and I was watching it. And so there was this guy sitting at the side of the, side of the, in the back of the house, like some kind of on the stool or something like that, sitting there. And this nice looking, lady was passing by, and the guy was trying to holler at the lady, calling the lady to come. And the purpose of calling the lady, if you listen to the conversation, the guy was trying to, talk to the lady. In other words, he liked, to have some kind of relationship, either a platonic relationship or intimate relationship, wherever it is, So the lady just stood there for the guy to finish everything he is saying. And as soon as the guy finished, the lady asked him, "Have you finished? You done with everything you have to say?" Okay. So then the lady started turning around, like in a 360 fashion, degrees fashion, and said, "Look at me. Look at how my pose, my everything, my breast, my everything. Do you think you are my type of guy? Do you think you deserve me?" Well, just see, and then just show all kind of contemptuous attitude towards the guy, and just walk away. See, so that can all driven by ego, because this is a human being, and this is another human being. You are a woman, and this guy is trying to talk to you. There's so many ways you could have said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm taking, I think, I have a boyfriend, or I'm not really looking for any relationship at this point," or anything like that, and just walk away, in a very humble way. But you let the person finish talking, saying, the guy finished saying all kind of stuff he wanted to say, and then you look at the guy, turn around, Say, look at me. Look at my butt. Look at my breast. Look at my everything. Do you think you, this guy standing there, do you think I'm your type of guy, a woman? See, those are the egos. So that is what I'm talking. And anytime, these are the things. Ego has brought people down, and at the same time has helped people go up. But one thing about ego is it can help you to reach the pinnacle of your career. And the same way it takes you up there is the same way it will bring you down. Because if you look at history, a lot of great leaders, Saddam Hussein, Muammar Gaddafi in Libya, Napoleon Bonaparte, all of them, right? Hitler, Adolf Hitler, and now today, if you look at Putin, President Putin, the way he's behaving, all are driven by ego. And one thing about ego is so if it becomes so overbearing, that is the point I'm talking about. We all have it, but when ego becomes too overbearing, it blinds. It just serves as it blinds many of us to some of the obvious facts of life, some of the practical of your obvious facts, practical facts of life. That is what ego can do to us. So if you look at Africa today, the reason many of the African countries are still far behind in terms of development is because most of the leaders we got have overbloated ego in themselves, that they think they're the only one. They are the repository of all knowledge, and somehow they have the leadership acumen, the best superior leadership acumen. Without them, nobody else can rule the country. Or they come to power today, people get rid of them, and still they want to come back. They feel like they're the one can turn the fortunes of the country around. But still, we Africa is where it is now. It's because we have leaders with overbearing egos. And so that is what I'm talking about. Ego can do. World War I was started by egoistic leaders, Hitler and others. Because they Second World War, Hitler and others, they want to conquer the world, right? And so those are driven by ego. And most of the time, people with that overbloated ego, you know what? They are insecure. They have a low self-esteem about themselves, because beneath that kind of, egoistic impulses is emptiness. There's nothing in there. Because sometimes people with overbloated ego always like to compare themselves with others. And so the more, it doesn't matter what they have achieved in life. When they look at somebody, you are, say, a rich man, I'm a rich man, but sometimes they compare themselves to that other rich man and feel like they are still insignificant. They still are inadequate. They feel that sense of inadequacy. So that is what ego does. So in relationship, a lot of people, men and women, who relationship can go that far, it's all boils by ego. Because when you enter in relationship, you're a woman and you think you're so special. I'm a queen, I'm this, I'm that. Because probably when you are growing up, your parents be telling you lies all the time that somehow you are special, nobody's better than you. It's okay to infuse that sense of self-esteem, but at the same time, that kind of self-esteem teaching should go hand in hand with humility. Because if you let ego replace humility in life, it can maybe take you someplace, but at the same time, it will be your undoing. So that is the point. So most of the time, I was talking, one of my videos, I was talking about Africa and the development. And we have the tendency to talk about how Africa has this gold, diamond, manganese, everything that is, that helps in development of a country. But still, Africa is somehow lagging behind its Western counterpart. It's because we have a lot of leaders in our part of the world. It's true. Sometimes we have the tendency we don't want to accept the truth or reality. It's because some of these cultural, our egos, some of these leaders' egos, some of our managers, the leader, those in the leadership position, many of them, they have that kind of bloated, overbearing egos that make them feel like somehow they're the only one who can turn things around. And then when they get the power, when they get there, you find them wanting. They can't even perform. They can't even do what they're supposed to do. It's all too familiar story. And it's everywhere in the world. We have one, Americans, it happened one time in 2020. He's a leader, lost an elections, and still feel like he doesn't want to go. It's all driven by ego. Some people, it's those people, people with egos, they're also narcissists. It's all about them. They have that kind of self-centeredness in them. And so that is what I want to talk to you about. Egos, even though we start life, we know what we want in life, and then we can achieve something, especially when we achieve it in abundance. It just blinds us to a whole bunch of things, make me feel like somehow, if I'm not smart or if I'm not superior, I wouldn't have achieved this. I wouldn't have achieved that. It's because of that. Anytime people start thinking like that, people feeling like that, whether in relationship, whether in leadership position, whether in education, whether in human relationship, whether you are black or white, anytime you have that egoistic tendencies in you, make you see your brother or your sister that somehow you are better than them. That is what human failure or our undoing set in. So that is what I have for you today about ego, E-G-O. And I say ego can make or break us. And depending on how you tame those egoistic impulses in you and me. So that is what it is. So we all do have egos, but there are some people who have been able to tame and control their egos. So once again, my name is Bernard Ishibontin, and this is Ofin River Forum. Share, subscribe, and I'll see you another time. Have a great day.